Welcome back to my second channel and my merch channel. Kind of going to post this video on two different channels, but that's okay. The product I'm going to talk to you guys about is the KY trail camera. Now, I had a few requests. Maybe a few people got them for Christmas. They want to know the details. They want to know exactly how this thing works. And that's what I'm wanting to make this video about. Like, literally, KY trail camera 101. I guess the first thing we'll talk about is what comes in the box. So, you're going to get the box. It's going to have the trail camera. It's going to have the strap. And then it's going to have some stuff to where you can, like, mount it with screws into a tree, and like it has like swivels on it to where you can angle it any direction. I usually don't use that. I usually prefer the strap. It doesn't come with any batteries or an SD card, but both of which are super easy and cheap to find basically anywhere. Besides that, looking on the outside, here is the trail camera. It is the Woodland KY camo, literally like, I don't know, it's just KY camo. It's original, really blends in well. This particular one has actually been in the field out there working for me for about the past 2 weeks, doing great. Got a few scratches on it, still kicking. I love this thing. But first things first, we're going to open it up. We'll go through the settings. I'll show you how to turn it on and all that stuff. Here's what you look like whenever you open it up. It has a D-pad right here with a bunch of buttons, more buttons right here, and then it has a screen. This screen is one of many of the features that makes this one of the best cameras out there. Instead of like most cameras where you have to take out the SD card and then come back home and check it on a computer, you don't need to. You can actually look at every single picture right here on the camera, right out at a tree stand. Now, to access where you put the batteries, you're going to want to come right here. It's just a little thing. You pull this down and then you peel it out kind of like that. And it has spots for 8 AA batteries. Now, these are literally like the most popular type of battery in the world. Standard AA. You can go with Duracell, Rayovac. It really energizes. It does not matter what brand battery you use. Here I even have some Amazon brand batteries. The only requirement is they can't be rechargeable batteries. Rechargeable batteries, unfortunately, doesn't have the voltage needed to power this camera. Now, as for the SD card, it actually takes a micro SD card. So it's a small one right here. It's a lot smaller than a normal SD card. It takes up to 32 gigabytes, so in my opinion, I would recommend going on maybe Amazon or something, or even Walmart, really don't matter. Pick up yourself a 32 gigabyte SD card. About the cheapest one they make will be perfect. Now, the next thing, I'm going to pull out the batteries. I'll hit y'all up with a little time lapse, I guess. Me installing the batteries, it's pretty self-explanatory. The cool thing about this camera is it runs on both 8 or 4. So if you just put 4, I think up here in the top, it'll run. If you put 8, it'll run, but a lot longer. All you do, you look in here, you look where the plus and minus, line it up with the plus and minus of the battery. If you don't know how that works, ask an adult, and they will most likely know. See, just like that, I only hooked up 4 and it already turned on just like that. But my preferred way of use is to hook up all 8 of them. That way it'll have a much longer, well, double the battery life, and you don't have to go check it every day. But now that I got all my batteries in, I'll grab my little battery cover, stick it in just like that, the same way it came out. Now the batteries aren't going to fall out. Right now it says missing SD card. You simply take your SD card, come right in here at the bottom, stick it in, just like that is good. Now you want to format your memory card. You're going to go right here to the menu button, click that, go all the way down to the bottom, I believe. So just click a little while and you'll go find it. It should say format memory card. Oh, there we go. We'll click that. It's going to say everything on the memory card is going to be deleted. As long as you're using a new memory card or you've already stored everything that you want off the memory card, just go ahead, press yes. It'll take a second depending on what all's on it. This one didn't have anything, so it's pretty quick. We're ready to go. This memory card's formatted. We should be honestly ready to go set it out in the woods. Now, this trail camera has a few different options about how you can actually gather data in a way where you can scout. You can do pictures, of course, just like most cameras. You have photo, you have video, and then this camera can even do both. It has a setting where it takes a picture and then videos. Honestly, I prefer going with either picture or video. Then you can come in here to photo resolution. You can choose up to 16 megapixels. That's really good. You go to photo series. You can got 1 photo, 2 photo, 3 photo. What the photo series means is whenever something walks in front of it, how many pictures is it going to take? Is it going to take 1 or 2? Or 3. For me, I prefer to go with 1 at corn piles because, you know, I mean, the deer's not really going anywhere. If it's on a trail, you may want to go for 2 or 3 because whatever moves through the trail may move pretty quick and, well, not that often. Moving on down, you got video resolution. We have up to 1080p Personally, I recommend 720 because it's good enough for me and it doesn't take as much space. Video length, I think you can go up to maybe 60 seconds. I've never really tested it, but it can do at least 60 seconds. I usually run mine at 15 though. The thing with a trail camera, you want to gather a lot of data. Like you want to get a lot of pictures, a lot of video, but you want to balance it out to where you're not sitting at your computer for 3 days looking at everything you got, you know. And plus, if you have it running a lot, like taking pictures all the time, it is going to wear your batteries down a whole lot more. It's going to fill up your SD card. I just like to go for 15-second video length. Audio recording, I turn that on for videos. I mean, you can actually hear the animals walking around. I think it's cool. Shot lag, this is an important setting. This is how long from your first to second picture. Like, I usually set mine around 10 seconds, 15 seconds. If you're at a corn pile, maybe 30 seconds. If you're on a trail, maybe 5 seconds. Side motion sensors, I always turn those on. The side motions, they're right here. That's gonna help you get a wider view. This camera, the camera has a really wide view, so I would not be afraid running the wide view sensors. Whatever this camera senses, it's going to take a good picture of it. It's got a really nice camera on it. The sensitivity, I usually run mine on either middle or high. If it's a leafy season, like if there's a lot of leaves out there and the wind's blowing, if it's on high, you may get a lot of picture of leaves. If it's on low, you won't get those pictures. At the same time, if your camera's set on low and there's a squirrel, it may be so small that you don't get it. Either way, I would run mine in around medium or high, and you really can't go wrong. Target recording time. I usually run mine on off. That way I can get pictures all the time. Time lapse. I usually don't do this. I usually just let it take pictures of, you know, whenever it wants to. Whenever something passes by. Language. I run mine on English, if you haven't figured that out. Date and time, that's a really big one. On each one of your pictures, it's going to give a timestamp, it's going to give a date, whatever you set it to. It really pays off to set it the right way. Be sure to set your time and date before you actually set it out in the field. It'll save you a lot of confusion. That way you won't be out there wondering, why is there a deer standing here at 3 o'clock in the morning, but the sun's straight up? Yeah, it can get confusing. Password protection. Yeah, if you live in somewhere maybe where someone may try to steal it, you can also put a password on it. Make it a lot harder for someone to steal. And then after that, it's got a beep sound. You can turn the beeps down if you really don't like it. Has a format memory card, serial number. You can reset all the settings. And then the last one is version. That really just tells you like the model number. It's really like, y'all don't need to know what the version number is. It's like computer stuff. But now besides that, guys, it's on setup right now. I'm going to turn it to off, which is that way. I'm just going to close my camera, lock it up right here. And now I'm actually going to head out in the woods and set it, and I'll show y'all where I prefer to set mine and how to use the strap too. It should work really good, guys. Like I really do like I really do enjoy my trail camera. Here we are, guys. We're actually in the woods. I like to set mine in the woods because I live in Kentucky and woods are like the only thing we have here. So that's where we're at. We have a corn pile right here, but right now it doesn't have corn, but there's still salt block here, and if you can look at that, a lot of things use it. So this is a really hot spot. This is a really good spot for deer activity and basically any animal activity. We're kind of on a ridge, so a lot of animals really like to use this. Another place you might want to set a trail camera is if you find like a trail that you can tell something's been walking on, you can pull up a KG trail camera, set it on a tree somewhere nearby, and figure out what's been using that trail. Even if it's just a dog or a possum, you'll figure out what's been using it. This tree right here, it's in a pretty good position, a pretty good angle, so I'm just going to set up the trail camera on the tree. All you got to do is pull the strap around, and then right up here, you can try to get a close-up. We'll try to show you how this works. You just run it through in the bottom, and then like pull it tight. And then pull it tight, and then you just press that down like that. And now it's really tight and it's not going anywhere. And the one trick I've learned with these things is since sometimes the angle of the tree isn't perfect, like this one, it needs to be angled down a little bit more. I'm actually going to grab a little stick, pull this out a little bit, so I loosen that up a little bit, and just stick the stick in behind it. That way it kind of angles the trail camera down. Now all I'm going to do, it's ready to set, it's lined up and everything. I can even walk over there, make sure it's looking at the right spot. Take this off. Turn it from off to on basically as the welcome KG. We'll wait a second, all looks good. We can see the little battery power, full power. Set it on, it's counting down. Once that starts counting down, we're good to go. We'll set the trail camera and come back in a few days or whenever you just want to check it again. And here we are, guys. We're actually going to check this trail camera. This isn't the same one we set the other day, but this one does have pictures on it and I just want to show y'all. So we'll come on in here. I think I had this one set to video mode, so we should be seeing some videos. But first, before I actually do that, let me set the scene for you. The reason I know there's something on it is because that trap right there, I actually had it watching a trap so that if I caught a coyote, it would like watch the coyote get caught. But I came here this morning and the trap was actually set off. Now you can tell I've reset it since then, but let's go ahead and check the trail camera and see what in the world did this. I don't think it's a coyote because I feel like I would have caught a coyote. So whenever you come in here and you want to check your trail camera, you're going to want to turn it to the middle switch, which is setup. If you turn it to on, it's just going to like turn on again and like start trying to take pictures. Setup will let you observe the picture. So we'll come in here to the lower left button. It says replay on the bottom. Looks like we have 10 videos. We'll go through and check those. Right here, I think we may have found our culprit. I don't know how good y'all can see that. I'll try to get y'all a better view. This is what makes the KG trail camera one of the best. Like, this is one of its best features. I'm standing out here, well, literally in the field in this case, and we're checking it via the little, screen. We can see right there, deer are all over on top of it. Looks like we got 4 deer. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go ahead and switch it again. There looks like a deer right on top of my trap. That could be the one that set it off, or it could be looking at it after it's over. Then there's me this morning, kind of not really understanding what in the world's going on, just staring at the trap. And then there's me again. Looks like I have a different shirt on. Don't understand that. And then that's actually me right now taking the picture of the camera. So there you go, guys. If you have a KG trail camera, I basically walked you through everything I would do, all the ways to use it, how I would use it, how to check the pictures. And if you've not ordered the KG trail camera, but you're kind of like, I think I may kind of want one now. It is kendallgrade1.com/shop, or should be the first link in the description. That's where you can pick yourself one up. But anyways, guys, hope you like it. Here is the camera right here. I'll give you all a little 360. Really awesome. I have like 6 of them out at all times, watching everything. If a tree falls, I'll get it on camera. But anyways, I'm going to end the video. Bye.